everyone, welcome to the Dressmaker channel. Thanks for watching. This is the very first episode. In this episode, it is going to be going over how I made a pirate costume for a Renaissance fair. Lots of fun, super excited, and I got a lot of compliments on it. This video is split up into two different parts. The first part is going to be just the design and pattern making process, while the second part is going to be the sewing process and putting it all together. So if you don't really want to watch the pattern making process, skip on over to the second part. But here is the initial design that I came up with. I definitely wanted to steer clear of typical pirate type costumes. Wanted to go something a little bit different. And so even with this initial design, you'll see throughout this video and the part 2 video that I did make some adjustments even more, and there are some differences. So let's do this.
Throughout this video, you're going to see that I have my phone propped up. I do like to watch movies and TV while pattern making and sewing, though you might catch me staring at my phone instead of doing my actual work, so I don't recommend doing this, especially if it's something that you've never seen before. I do listen to music as well, and I usually get my work done a lot faster just by listening to music. So for this project, for pattern making, I do purchase in bulk graph paper that you can find online, and it's really nice. You can kind of see how it has numbers and letters in 1-inch increments, and it creates a 1-inch square all the way across. And I use this to make sure that I'm staying on grain and that my patterns are facing all the correct way. I also am using a size 6 pattern block for front and back. I personally am not a size 6, but since this is a corset, I am using a smaller size, and as I start to pattern make, I will adjust it accordingly. So I went ahead and traced the front and the back blocks, and then I will start to make the designs on the paper, and this is where you can really start to see it come out. The top of the corset is what has the most detail to it. The bottom of the corset is just a normal corset with normal style lines, so that went by really fast. But the top, I had to do the slash and spread method. So essentially, in order to get those gathers in there, I traced out what it would be like normally, cut across, spread the paper, and then I created the new pattern. In the end, I added a 1/2-inch seam allowance all the way around. 1/2 inch is what I typically use on a normal basis. I try to steer clear of a 1/4 inch unless it's something that I'm serging together. And I also try to steer clear of anything larger than a 1/2 inch unless it's necessary, depending on what the seams are going to be like on the inside. But since this is going to be completely closed, I have lining as well, then 1/2 inch is perfectly fine.
So now that we're done with the pattern making process, thanks for sticking through it, and keep an eye out for part 2 where we're going to go ahead and sew everything together and you'll get to see the final product. All right, thanks, bye.